Okay, I think right now we should be live. I'm not sure how this works. I'm doing it on my computer. I've got a little thing over my camera for now because I can't do it backwards, but I'm trying to put this down maybe like that to see the stadium. That should work. I don't really know what else to do. So I think that should be, yeah, okay. And then, yeah, let's lower maybe a little bit. Can you see? Let's see something. Okay, we're just gonna let that spin while I see on my iPad if this is opening. iPad, if this is opening. iPad, if this is opening. Okay. iPad, if this is opening. Okay. Should be good. Maybe if we move this back a little bit. Let's see. I don't really know how this is supposed to work, to be honest. Okay, let's move this back here and then lower it a little bit. Okay, hello, hello to anyone who's here. We have 2 people watching, Ultra Blader and Ray Spong. So this is just trying to see how this works. Usually for live streams, you need a lot of time just to like sit there. Right now it's about 5:19 where I am, so I've got maybe an hour, maybe 2 hours at the most, just trying to see how this works. So I guess for now, maybe just do some battles and then you guys can ask any questions you have. This is just the first live stream to see how it works and comments and everything. I'm just spinning it here. I just launched it, see if the camera captures it because this is on my computer, so I don't know if the camera is working as well or not. So I guess, yeah, let's do some battles, I guess. Not much else to do. Nice. Yeah, Burst Spriggan spins a really long time. In fact, I'm going to do something funny. I'm going to have this combination. Burst Spriggan, Spread Dash, Drift, Bearing Drift with 0. And this is going to spin for a really, really, really long time. So I'm just going to launch it. And 50 seconds. Right there. Right there. For some reason, the Burst Blade is a lot of balance. Like, it's a lot more balanced than something like Winds or Dynamite. So when you launch it on a stable combo, it just spins like normally. So we've got still 2 people watching, 4 likes, which is weird because maybe they came, liked, and went off or something, which is fine. But yeah, so where do you get your bays from? So I actually have a video on this I made. You can go check that out if you want to. But basically, I get my bays mainly from Amazon Co.jp, which is just the Japanese version of Amazon because the bays are a lot cheaper there They're made in Japan, so they take a lot longer to come because it's from Japan, not from America, but the prices are a lot cheaper. You have to convert from yen to dollars to see, but um, wow, so this didn't I don't know how long this was spinning, but I timed it yesterday and it was actually 2 minutes, 37 seconds. And that's a pretty long time. I mean, the most amount of a time a bay has ever spun, I believe, is 4 minutes and 4 seconds. And I believe the combo is Dynamite F Gear Perseus, illegal metal bearing drift with 4. So I guess we'll just leave that there. And yeah, so I get mainly from amazonco.jp. If you're looking for specific parts, Bays and Bricks is really good also. And yeah, Target's pretty good for Hasbro bays. So is Mall of Toys. Mall of Toys is a little overpriced, at least from my experience. A good shop that is maybe if you for some reason can't do amazonco.jp. Another one is, I believe, let me think. For gaming is pretty good. Mall of Toys is also great. They have a lot of releases. Sometimes amazonco.jp doesn't have the older releases. They always have the newer ones, but sometimes not the older ones. It just depends on your price range. That's the main one. Bays and Bricks also. I can't really remember any off the top of my head, to be honest. I just buy from those two mainly. There's also a lot of online websites like Mercari. You can just buy if you see a good deal. Like, I saw a Moment Driver, which I was looking for. This orange one I actually have here, and it was only $6, which is a pretty good deal. Unfortunately, it was already sold, but I saw a Dynamite Kirby's Legacy Moment 9, which was also a really good combo, considering it came with a Dynamite Blade, a Kirby's Core, a 9 Armor, and a Moment Driver. So that's pretty good. Yeah, Beyblade Premiere also has free shipping, but the thing is, even when you add shipping, sometimes Mall of Toys or, for example, Beyblade Premiere is more expensive than something like AmazonCo.jp. I'm not like sponsored or anything, but like I just use that website a lot, and it's very, very cheap. It's even with shipping. Yeah, thanks. Yeah, and there's nothing really else to say. What did Speaking of bursts, again, the Chain Kirby's and the Chosy Parse combo was Chain Phoenix, actually. Yeah, I do have a Kirby's core. In fact, I actually have 2 Kirby's cores. I have this red one, which came from the Dynamite Kirby's, and I have this white one. But I don't like using it on the chain combo because I like using Kirby's for tournaments, and for rubber cores, they wear down pretty easily, and I just want to keep them fresh. Plus, Phoenix and Chain, they kind of match which colors, so that's cool. I just don't want to wear these down, so I use Phoenix instead of Kerbeus. And then I use Yard Metal instead because I don't have Yard Dash. But yeah, it's just sometimes you have a makeshift stock combo you can use. 5 people watching. So that's decent. What is your favorite bay? My favorite bay is, to be honest, I don't really have a favorite bay. I do have bays I like a lot. For example, I like Curse Satan, or not Curse Satan. I like Satum a lot in general. It's just a very interesting defense type, and I like Silas as a character. I like all the Fafnirs mainly. I really like them. Even Wizard Fafnir I like because the Rise driver is a great driver. Mario Luigi. Oh, is that from the Mario movie? I heard about that. I haven't watched it. I'm not really like into Mario stuff, but it's cool. I don't know if is Mario an anime? I don't I know it's a video game, but is the movie like supposed to be an anime? I'm not sure. I just some people who watch anime also went to the Mario Kart movie, apparently. So I don't know. But yeah, Bellfire. That's cool. Bellio's pretty cool. Yeah, it's also yeah. It's very cool because you have all these gears you can combine, right? You have all like everything. Divine, you have Dangerous, you have Dynamite. There's so many combinations you can make. It's just very cool. Okay, so let me just yeah. Okay. So we've been going for 10 minutes, just trying to get if this would work or not. Xiphoid Excalibur, Nexus plus D, Quick Dash 1, take on some stuff. Okay, yeah, sure. That's a very good combo, except I would personally use spread dash instead of Nexus plus D for more speed, but Nexus plus D would also do pretty well. So yeah, let's try that out. Where'd my quick dash go? Here we go. I think we'll go ahead and use this blue one for now because it's a little worn, and I want to keep my white one for tournaments. But it should still perform pretty nicely. If it doesn't, then I'll try something else. But yeah, let's do Cyclone Ragnarok. It's always a bay I start off with. Ragnaroks are always just easy to launch, staple stamina type. It's just very easy to demonstrate tests with. So that. Now, it's been through a long time, so I can explain. When you're launching attack types, I have this grip here. So you want to put your end fingers around the end. You want to tilt the launcher. So there's 3 pockets. You essentially want to aim for the pocket because the pocket and the wall are diagonal. This is actually something I learned from a blader at a tournament. The pocket and the wall are directly parallel. So you want to aim for the wall so that you go into the pocket. So it's like, boom, right? You go from the wall, you come in, and directly parallel. So you're basically hitting it into the pocket. So it's 1, 2, 3. So you're hitting off the wall and you're rebounding into the pocket. So it's kind of weird to explain. I wasted time there, but we'll launch it again and I'll show. If I can get the launch right, because this quick dash is very, very worn. It's not the newest quick dash. See, even there, I got like 2 hits in the beginning. It's really, yeah, this quick dash is very, very worn. Okay. I'll use the normal one. Okay. So let's take this off. Okay. Normal quick dash. Here we go. Okay. See, the thing is, I don't like using Nexus plus D or Nexus plus S because they're too heavy. They're very slow. They add too much weight and they're so wide that you don't get a lot of speed. If I use for a second spread dash here, which pairs nicely with Excalibur, you'll notice how much easier it is, at least for me personally, to control. I just lost my quick dash driver by putting it. Where do we go? Okay, here we go. So Xiphoid, Excalibur, spread dash, quick dash, 1. Very good attack combination. So do that. Just wait for it to get in the center. Okay, but you'll notice in the beginning it was a lot faster. I'm kind of off my game right now. Yeah. So let's see. Again, knocked out. I'm not really demonstrating this right, but eventually we'll get it. That was a bit of a lighter launch, but you'll see it's obviously just a lot faster. The DV version that has Savior, Belial 2, Giga, Extreme Dash 3. Yeah, that's a great Savior is a great blade. It's just Ultimate I think is a little bit safer. Yeah, sure. Garuda combo, yeah. I did make a video on that in case you didn't know, but yeah, sure. Okay, the only good Xiphoid combo I can think of is Xiphoid Belial 3, Nexus plus S or over Extreme Dash in the 1 armor. That would kind of make sense for a more like weight attacker because sometimes the attacker is slower, but hits harder, which is kind of like the difference between Excalibur and Valkyrie, like stock combo. So the Excalibur stock combo hits a lot harder, but it's a lot slower versus Valkyrie is a lot faster. And I guess you can say Valkyrie's better in that sense because not only is it fast, but because of that, its faster bays are generally more versatile than just slower bays that hit hard because you can do a lot of things with speed. So, yeah. Okay, 3 watching. Yeah, okay. To be honest, I think you should use the Phoenix core. Yeah, the Phoenix core definitely would have made a lot more sense. I just didn't really think of that. The Perseus core I just had Perseus on wind and I didn't really think about the Phoenix core, but yeah, it definitely would have made a lot more sense to have Phoenix instead of Perseus. So right now, I don't really know what to do. There's nothing really going on. I do have a video combination here. I guess, yeah, sure, I'll show it. I'm gonna do a Dead Hades evolution. Little sneak peek of the combo. So yeah, I guess right now you guys can just ask questions. There's only 5 people, but yeah, just ask questions and we'll see how that goes. Any questions? Anything you want to talk about? Any competitive stuff I can teach? Any video suggestions? Anything like that? And I guess we'll just chill for now. And yeah. So while we're doing that, how many tournaments have you won? So I have won a couple, but it's weird because um I can do Quetzalcoatl. I'm not sure I know what Evil Eye really looks like. I could look it up, but probably Quetzalcoatl is better just because I know what it looks like. So it's tournaments. I went to a competitive tournament first in 2021 of I think it was March 8th. I don't know why I remember the exact date. Obviously, as all competitive bladers do, I started off pretty bad, and then I didn't really have too many parts. I mainly had like horrible, like bad stock combos, and then I didn't really know what to buy. Now I have a lot more parts, so I'm able to compete better. I did win a tournament Burst Classic against some, I would say, pretty competitive bladers in California. I won third place and I won first place that time. I also won third place at a Burst Limited tournament, which is basically using turbo base against some decently experienced bladers, I would say. Recently, I've been hosting in a newer area, so there's not as much competition, but there have been some participants I've seen before, and they've been coming, and we've been kind of getting to know each other a little better. The competition's not as good, so I did end up winning first place in the last 2 tournaments and second place in the previous one, where, I actually in the one I got second place in, I actually, it's because I lost to Guilty Longinus on Extreme Dash twice. Never underestimate KO attack. That's my lesson. Never underestimate attack. Because in a recent tournament I got first place in, I actually beat, Nightmare Goku, who is in the top 30 maybe rankings of the WBO. He's a very experienced blader. Um, and I just felt pretty confident in that, and that's mainly because I used judgment on quick dash. Normally, I feel very ill confident to use attack types, but always use attack types. You always have an attack type of choice because they're just something you can rely on when you don't really know what to do in a tournament. It's always something you can use in a sticky situation, especially if bursts or knockouts are 2 points. In this case, they're not, but they sometimes are. Hello, how do you pronounce your name? Osk Blader. Because the accent of the A. Part 5 of the CBT. I did not yet, sorry, but I will. Yeah, I'll try to. Yeah. So yeah, I've won a couple tournaments, but to my count, I think 3 I got first place in, and I think I got third place in 3 and second place in 1. So 7 overall, like top 3 finishes, which is pretty good, I would say. But yeah. And Quetzalcoatl. I don't really know what I would do for that. I do have an idea for GT that might be left spin, but to be honest, I don't know. So yeah. Any other questions, anything, just type in the chat. We're just kind of chilling right now, seeing who shows up and anything like that. Okay. Have you battled Zanky or K? I have not. Zanky or K are in the Toronto area, and they'll probably like beat me. They'll probably like they'll demolish me like 5-0. The Zanky or K, they're great bladers. They've got a very unique style to it also. Like Zanky comes up with very interesting combinations, and he obviously has the edge being a Baytuber who has every single part in his arsenal. And K has obviously been number 1 for a while. He actually just recently got number 2, busted out by Justin TC, who is now #1, I believe. But yeah, I have not battled them. They're in the Toronto area, so I'd have to travel across the US to battle them. Or at least a good ways across the US, because they're in Canada. Yeah, yeah, he does. One thing I like about Zanky though is that I mean, besides the consistency of uploads, he's not afraid to express like what's wrong with a release. Sometimes a lot of BayTubers will just like try to just like, which is good that they stay on the positive side. But Zanky just not a lot of other BayTubers do. He's a lot of, I don't know the word for it, but he definitely, I don't know the word for it. It's not coming to mind, but he's very blunt, I guess you could say, about the releases. He's very honest, whether you should buy it or not. And he's definitely one of the few one of the few big BayTubers that cover competitive, which I like to see because competitive is honestly very fun. And as you improve, you'll get better. So it's something any blader should try out competitive, even if you don't have any parts, because that's where everyone started. And you just improve and improve and improve. What would be your top go-to combo if you had to use in just one tournament? Well, it depends on the series. This depends on the format. I mean, I'm assuming you're talking about DB because that's the recent stuff. So Dynamite Battle, there would be two go-to combinations I would have. Either one you can use. One is just your attack type. You can always rely on your attack type to get you out of any situation. It's just always going to be risky because even if you pull off the optimal launch, there's always a chance that your opponent will just not get knocked out. And at that point, you outspinning. It'll outspin you. But you can always use an attack type all rounds, and you'll probably do well if you know how to launch it. If you want to go safe, I would definitely recommend just using Bearing Drift, this driver here. It's insane. It's very good same spin, very good opposite spin. It's very safe to use. You don't have to do anything with it. The only thing is I think this should be banned, honestly. It's a very powerful driver and it's too powerful for anyone to use. It makes a lot of other drivers that could be good outclassed. But since it is unbanned, it's allowed, just use Bearing Drift. I would probably use the illegal disc with that because it's a bit lighter than over and it won't scrape as much. Also, will give it a better stability. And to be honest, any combination you have that works with it, it will work. I would probably recommend using Wind or our Dynamite F gear on this combination with the either Dragon Core or Perseus Core. A very common one is Wind Lucifer, Illegal Bearing Drift 9, which is great. A one I like using is Dynamite F Gear Perseus, Illegal Bearing Drift 9. Another good one is Burst Kirbyus, Giga Bearing Drift 8 or 4, which is kind of just a weird like recoil thing. But top like go-to combo is either Guilty Longinus, Fortress Extreme Dash 2 or 4. That's just great to use. It's very easy to use. You could use Zyphoid Spread Dash if you want Brightsman. And for any stamina thing, I would just use honestly, I would just use Wind on Perseus, Dragon, or Lucifer. Any of those three work. Or Belial 3 if you want to go a little bit more burst resistancy with Illegal Bearing Drift. That's it. And any armor will work. 9 is preferable, but so is 4 for weight and 0 and anything like that for symmetry. So yeah, it's very, the thing is it's not very balanced, Dynamite, the meta right now. That's why I like playing a lot of older formats like GT. GT is my favorite format right now because there's just the addition of new drivers to older layers just makes the game very balanced. And even Bearing Drift, you can use it, obviously. Like I used Master on a round Bearing Drift in my last tournament that I got first place in, but yeah, older formats are just more balanced. Can you try a few battles with Burst, Spriggan, Nexus plus S Bearing Drift 0 against one of your top combos? Sure, I guess. Bearing Drifts, anything on Bearing Drift, if I'm being honest, will beat anything else in Same Spin, no matter what layer it's on. Like you could do Cyclone, Cyclone, Cyclone Phoenix with like Wing Dash Bearing Drifts 6 or 7, and you could probably come very, very close to beating a top tier Dynamite combo. But yeah, I'll do a Burst Spriggan Nexus plus S Bearing Drift. Sure. Let me get this out. And where'd I put right here? Cool. I don't. I'll do right spin, and I guess I'll just show it against. Let's see. There's this one thing I want to try. Actually, just curious. If I can get my dynamite blade, where'd I put it? Dynamite. Here we go. So there's this one combo, right? That the WBO Blader think came up with originally, and it was also used by Zenki. Dynamite F plus L Dragon. You need Dragon on this. It's very essential. Illegal Moment. And that's it. Illegal Moment. Where'd I put it? So, or actually Over Moment is probably better, but I like using Illegal, but you should use Over. So I'll use that in this case. Where'd I put it? Over Moments. Where'd I put it? Where'd I put it? I lost my driver. Jesus. Where'd I put it? Where'd I put it? I just lost my driver. Oh, it's here. Never mind. Okay. So this combination, Dynamite, F Gear, Dragon, L Gear, Over Moments, is very nice just because you can, it's just very good in the same spin, and because of Dragon and the high mode, you get a very nice just stability thing. So it does very well in same spin, but I'll just demonstrate that even with this thing, with a Nexus plus S would most likely scrape, you'll probably beat in the same spin. So you want to move don't want to move your hand with that because you want stability. But you'll see, like yeah, this thing just because it's in high mode and it has Dragon and all that weight, it just smacks it. So yeah, okay, yeah. So maybe Bearing Drift, it will lose in the right matchup, right? Like obviously, easily beats it, right? Obviously, easily beats it. So this is like a specific counter matchup though, because this specializes in same spin, whereas I would assume this specializes in defense. So that's that. One person watching. I'm curious, who is watching right now? Just curious. Yeah, it doesn't really matter like how many people are watching right now. This is just testing out stuff. While you're setting up, thoughts on yeah. I'm not really setting up, by the way. I'm pretty much just done. I'm like, just computer, just doing this for the first time, and then I might do it a little bit more. But yeah. Oh, cool. With your son. Cool. So I don't want to get into like anything you're doing, but is your son the one who's like curious about this or no? Anyway, so guilty longinus with fortress and illegal. Okay, yeah, so he has illegal at the top. It does make sense because illegal is a little bit heavier, so it will have let me explain this. So illegal is rounder, so that means oh cool. Cool. Yeah, definitely if you have the parts, I would definitely depending on where you are, wherever you are, definitely like try and get him into tournaments because it's just very fun to do. And yeah, so yeah, obviously if you have the time and everything, if you want to and everything, but yeah. So illegal is just a rounder, so you'd usually beat other attack types and opposite spin and same spin, and it's also more weight toward the outside, so it does make sense. Fortress is just a little bit lighter, so it gives it more speed essentially. Illegal would be a better option also, but the thing is, in decks, you'd also be using illegal on other combinations. So when you're using illegal on a stamina combo and you have something left for guilty, you don't have illegal left because you're already using illegal on another combo. So using illegal on an attack type sacrifices one of the best discs for stamina. But illegal is great because it's used for anything, right? It's got outward weight, and it's not too much inward weight, so it's great for defense. It's great for burst resistance because it's not too heavy. It's great for attack because it's not too heavy again, and it's great for stamina because it's extremely circular and again outward weight distribution. The only thing it might not be good for is KO defense, in which case Over has it covered because Over is just much heavier. But yeah. So illegal, to be honest, illegal might even be better than fortress, but it's just that you'll be using illegal on other combos for stamina. So fortress would probably be a better option to use. But in the combo individually, K is probably right. You should be using illegal. But Fortress is just a much more versatile, balanced option. So yeah, that's that. Any other questions I can do as we're just doing this? How quickly do you find the coolest route in the battle? Yeah, so Crimson Curse. Is Crimson Cursed a bay or what is that? Or is that like a I'm sorry, what's is Crimson Cursed like oh, okay, cool. Oh, custom color base. I didn't see that. Oh, okay. Cool, that's cool. Okay, so the cores they usually don't wear out that I mean, depends on the core, right? So if you have like Phoenix, right? That's a great core because it doesn't wear down the teeth. Perseus, for an example, it does wear down pretty fast. Kerbeus also wears down pretty fast. It depends on the core, but generally, if the teeth are blocky and they're shorter, they don't wear down as much because it's a lot closer to the surface area and it doesn't break the teeth as much. But when the teeth are taller, then they're easier to break. So essentially, the taller the teeth are, the easier they're probably going to break. And if there's something like Kerbeus, then they're always going to wear pretty easily because they're rubber. And it just causes a lot of friction with the metal discs. So yeah, that's pretty much that. Any other questions? It's 5:50, so I could probably do this for a little while. If you could say okay, sure. Hi Will. Hi Will. Hope you're having fun doing everything you're doing. Cool. Okay. That's all right. Just putting this stuff here. So how's the I wonder. Okay, cool. Let's put these back where they are. There's not really much to do right now. So let's just there and there. Where'd spread dash go? What do you think the best Bellfire combo is? Bellfire as in Hasbro, or do you mean like Belial as in Takara? Because that's very different. Where did I put the disc? Oh, here it is. Belial TT. Okay, cool. Oh, hi Lucas. Lucas Russell. We're just live streaming right now. Just chilling. So if you have any questions, just ask those. We're just after some battles, just kind of asking questions. But yeah. Yeah, I am 917. It's crazy because I gained 100, a little bit more than that, in the last 3 days, which is pretty cool. I mean, it's obviously it's not much compared to the bigger Baytubers or even some other ones like Eevee Bay Burst or your boy Beyblade Joe. Those are they're pretty good Baytubers. They're a little smaller than obviously Left Burst Sankey, but yeah. So, Xander the Crimson Blader, hello. So sorry, Shribble 1. So Belial, again, like this, I mean, assuming you're talking about Dynamite Belial, I mean, the core, you could definitely switch it out for a better core. Like, Dragon's probably the best core to use on Dynamite because it's very sleek and smooth. Depends on the combo. It really depends on the combo, what you're using. So, I mean, what would you say your best driver is for stamina? Because Dynamite is a stamina specialist blade. I mean, overall, the best combo for it is probably just Giga Drift or Illegal Bearing Drift. Just very simple to use, very easy. But it really depends on the parts you have, because a lot of the times, if you don't have the parts, then you can't really do that. So, what parts do you have for that? And then, Xander, the Crimson Blader, or Lucas, you can just chill if you want, or any questions you have, you can ask. Oh, that's cool. That's really nice. Okay, so you have some options. Let me think. So if you have Bearing Dash, you probably have the Overdrive set, which means you have the Giga Disc. If you have Bearing Drift, you most likely also have the starter set, or the Super DX set from DB. So that means you have the Taper Disc and the Giga Disc and the Nexus Disc. And you have, oh, that's a lot of Gigas. And Drift. Well, that you have Lucifer at the end, then it doesn't really help much. Yeah, so definitely use Giga Bearing Drift is my recommendation. Dynamite, Belial, Giga Bearing Drift. I'm assuming you have the 3 armor because of the combos you have. So Dynamite, F Gear, Belial, Giga Bearing Drift 3. That is your best combination right now. Definitely go through your Giga discs and see which one has 4 stars. Oh, 9. 9's great. 9, you should use 9 then instead of 3. So Dynamite, F Gear, Belial, Giga Bearing Drift, 9. That'll do you very nicely. Yeah, that'll do great. The only thing is, okay, so out of your 4-star Gigas, you want to take those. First of all, look at which one's shinier, because normally shinier ones are just less rusty, and that means they'll be more balanced. The more rusty they are, the more like squeaky they are with the combos, and they're just usually off balance. So check which disc is shinier, and based on that, just weigh them. Whichever one's heaviest, use that. And if they're all pretty much the same weight, then just use the 4-star one that you think is the shiniest. It's really weird because once you get to 4 stars, there's not really much else you can do. Okay. So any other questions from anyone or anything like that? Anything like that? Do you watch Blix Burst? Overcaps at 2. So what do you mean by over caps at 2 stars? Oh, I mean, okay. I think over does cap at 2 stars. Yes, it does. Yes. If you have over, I would still use Giga, because Giga overbearing drift scrapes. Yeah, over disc max is at 2. It's weird. Imperial mold 2, I do actually. That's the Imperial mold I have. The command one from Pro Series. I have 2 of them actually, but I lost the second one. It's somewhere under my bed right here, actually, because I launched it, but it went like underneath. So I don't know where it is. It's in here. I just can't find it. It's somewhere in my room. It's like stuck under the bed, or maybe it's still in the parts I have. Do you watch Blix Burst? So Blix Burst, I think you mean Beyblade Burst, or is Blix Burst a Baytuber? Let me search that up. Blix Burst. I don't recognize that name, Blix Burst. Xander the Crimson Blader, is that a YouTuber? Yes. Is a Baytuber? I don't remember. I don't think I watch him. Blix Burst. Blix. Oh, 2.14K subscribers. Is that him? 1 month ago. 1 month. Oh, pretty cool. Yeah. I do not watch him. I do not. Yeah, I have not seen him before. Beyblade Show. Yeah. Yeah, 2.14K subscribers. Yeah. Seems pretty popular. Yeah. So, any other questions right now? Imperial Achilles, Hasbro tapered wave dash. The idea is some Gatling on him waves. Yeah, it would probably work, to be honest. The only thing is, with tapered, you might scrape because it's so low, and wave dash is If you have high wave dash, that might even work better. Imperial's great for stamina. It's just you have so much recoil. So if you can raise the height, that combo would actually work very well, actually. High wave dash is probably better, but I would definitely recommend trying it. I don't have any Hasbro taper discs or anything like that, but Imperial Wave Dash probably it would probably work out. I don't really it's hard to say, but it probably would. What's your next tournament you plan on competing in? So I actually have a tournament scheduled for May the 29th, which is a Burst Classic tournament. This is in California, and if you're on the WBO, you should probably be able to see the address. It's just that it's not approved yet because you have the staff of the WBO have to process your last event, which was ranked. The last one, BGT, the one I went to, the last tournament stuff. They have to process that, and then after you get approved. So no one's joined yet, but May 29th is when I'm competing next, and hopefully I do well. Burst Classic is definitely a format I'm not very familiar with because I never really got into competitive Beyblade until 2019, really. Before 2019, I bladed in 2017, early 2017, late 2016, but the thing is, I never really got to I had 8 bays for almost 3 years until 2019. So you kind of never really thought about Burst Classic much as a meta. But I'm getting a little bit better at it. So yeah, May 29th. Burst Classic format. Yep. Any other questions? Anything? I can give some Burst Classic combos for you. Lucas Russell, yeah, sure. You can comment some combos if you want. I feel sorry, my throat. I feel pretty comfortable with the deck I have right now. I think so. The only thing is, I broke my Death Scyther again. I broke my Death Scyther, so I don't have a Death Scyther. I just have Acid Anubis and Storm Spriggan. The third combo is probably going to be pretty bad because I don't have many other parts for Burst Classic left. I do have Xeno Excalibur, which I'm planning to use as a burst attacker, but bursts are only 1 point anyway, so I'm not sure that's much use. What is in your I'm not I mean, I doubt anyone here is going to be at the tournament, but I don't like revealing my combos before a tournament. It's just you like stuff just you can like people see and just it's just not a good idea to reveal your combos before your tournament, but I can say that I'm using a very good stamina type, I would say. Heavyweight stamina type that might struggle with burst resistance I'm worried about, but I'm also using a very nice, unique anti-attacker in my deck that I feel pretty confident in. I don't really like revealing combos before a tournament. It's just weird. No matter where it is, it's just doesn't it doesn't it usually doesn't end well is the thing. What do you expect with the X series? Beyblade X? Yeah, so not really. What classic layers do you have? Yeah, Xeno Excalibur really isn't that good. The thing is, I have Acid Anubis, and I have Storm Spriggan. Well, Storm Sprisen has Storm Sprisen. Storm Spriggan, it bursts way too much. But yeah, Acid Anubis is the only TT classic layer I have besides Xeno Excalibur. And for Hasbro, Storm Sprisen is probably the best bet I've got. I've got a bunch of like exclusive Hasbro releases from Turbo that are allowed, and I definitely plan on making some sort of like surprise thing out of those. In fact, I might have an idea based on a past blader I battled against in the past. But yeah, I have a bunch of Hasbro releases that I could definitely make some sort of third combo out of, put something together. But yeah, I don't have any other TT layers besides Excalibur and Anubis. The thing is, Burst Classic, it really doesn't matter how good the combos are because everything's very balanced. So even using something like Xeno Excalibur, you can pull stuff off, right? Like I used Xeno Excalibur Gravity Ultimate Reboot Dash in my last classic tournament I went to a long time ago, and I was able to burst some combos and move my way to first place in that tournament. And it was partly because of Excalibur, because there was some stamina matchups in the deck format in the end finals that I couldn't get out of. I just could not spin them. So Excalibur was able to pull through for me. So sometimes even if the attack type's bad, do with what you got, right? Even if you don't have the best of the best parts for some formats, just do with what you have, right? Do with what you have. That's the best you can do. So let me do that. Yeah. Beyblade X, I didn't explain that. To be honest, I haven't really been keeping up with the news too much because there's not really, I mean, they've really been trying to milk the news they gave us, right? They haven't really given us much. I mean, we know there's going to be a different type of stadium with much bigger slopes. I'm kind of scared that it's not going to be something like this. I'm kind of scared it would be something like the Interstellar drop set from Hasbro or something crazy. And it's fun. It's just it can't really do competitive with that. So I just worry that this might not be good. But who knows, right? I have high hopes. I'm just worried about the stadium and also 3 point KOs. Really, 3 point KOs, 2 point bursts, 1 point outspin. That's a very interesting choice of points there. It's just I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm a little bit doubtful, skeptical, but hopefully it pans out. So any other questions? Anything else? Just gonna kind of chill right now. Nothing much to do at all. Yep. Do you have to grid after the Hasbro version? I do not. Yeah, I know that that is very good for spin steel because it's one of the only left spins in Hasbro in classic. But I do not have that, but I do have a counter combo to that. I have a very specific counter combo that works very well in that scenario. So I'm not worried about that. I'm not worried. It's just that the Dragoon F bursts way too much. I mean, it's just you could use it, but it bursts too much. Like it's gotten to the point where I've had a right spin orbit combo beat a left spin Dragoon drift combo because of just how much recoil it has. I've KO'd a Dragoon or drift combo with Death Sector and orbit. This was actually the classic tournament I got third place in, I believe. So yeah, I'm not too worried about Dragoon F or any combos with that scenario, just because. Although Bearing Drift is a little bit scary, not gonna lie. So yeah, anything else happening? Yeah, it's the only one I got. Yeah, I'm trying to do the best with what I got, but I'll think of something. Right, I have two combos I'm pretty comfortable in. Yeah, thanks. Stribbleman, I'll see you later. Yeah, thanks. Have a good night. Cool. Okay, so yeah, not really much to talk about. What I could do. I might do another live stream maybe this week, to be honest, because for as far as like school stuff is concerned, most of my finals are projects, so it's like at school stuff. So I don't really have too much going on after school, and there's not really Beyblade is like probably the only thing I do for fun, besides like like watch shows and stuff. But yeah, mostly like when I'm not doing stuff, I just have some time this week, I guess, is the thing. But yeah, I do Beyblade way too much. It's not healthy. Plastic Gen Remix. Hmm. I don't think I had one. I had one. In fact, this was Dragunov, but I believe I traded it actually. I traded it for um an extra. What was it? I traded it for a. Hmm, I traded it for something. I don't remember what it was. I traded it for something. I think it was like a Perfect Phoenix extra layer or something. But I traded it for something. Yeah. Cool. Okay, I think my computer's at like half battery. What Hasbro drivers? Okay, I have a lot of Hasbro drivers, huh? I mean, they're not really useful, but I think I definitely got a couple that I've tried out in Burst Classic before. Wedge-S is a great driver, actually, for Hasbro. It's very weird because you can get a very nice attack with it in the beginning because it's slingshot, but you get after, it's like a ring of metal. It's a very tall ring of metal, right? So it's weird. It's in fact, where did I put it? Wedge, the normal Takiritomi wedge driver is actually where did I put it? I don't remember where I put that thing. It's on Crash Ragnarok. I know that. All right, here it is. Here it is. In fact, I even have this. I even have this red sticker on it. If you can see the red sticker. Do I have it on the red sticker? Red sticker. Can you see that? Oh, the chat just hold up. Yeah, so I don't. I mean, the quality is pretty horrible because this is my computer again. Something's off with my iPad, which is like what I usually use. But I have the wedge driver, which is it's useful on dynamite stuff. As weird as that may sound, because of how it rides the ridge. So if I have, let's do Chain Kirbyus here, Chain Phoenix, Fortress Wedge 2. So if I do this. Yeah, that is really demonstrated. We might need something a little flatter for the momentum. In fact, let's try this. Burst, Spriggan, spread dash, wedge dash, or wedge, normal wedge, 0. It doesn't really do it either. The thing is, wedge is a metal tall driver, so it basically rides the ridge fast. I just need to figure out how I can do this. Okay. It really doesn't. It doesn't do. It's not as. It's weird because the heavier it. It's really hard to explain, but it does. I've tried it. I've tried wedge before actually to Karatomi, and uh, it's actually it does pretty good in the same spin. As weird as that may sound, because of how the dynamite system works. But it's not something you should be using consistently. It's just because the idea of wedge Hasbro wedge dash S is very interesting. So yeah, Blader Union Kel. Hello. What up? So yeah, any other 2 people watching right now? So anything you want me to do? To be honest, I don't really I kind of just want to talk right now. Yeah. GT testing by any chance? What do you mean by that? What does that mean? Like have I been doing testing for GT in this live stream, or could you be more specific? Yes, that, okay. Uh, haven't really been testing for GT. I did a little bit of tests in the beginning of the live stream, with, like, Dynamite stuff. Not really much. I've kind of just been rambling in this. What hyper layers do you have now? Too many to count layers, to be honest, Lucas, but, I could name a couple, I guess. Gargoyle G5 is one. Yegdrion, the single layers, that's another one. Wyvron is another one. Storm's Prison. I've got what else? Fenrir. I've got what's that? Tyron T5, I believe. There are a lot of Hasbro exclusive stuff. It's just a lot of it is just it bursts too easily or it's too light. The Hasbro is just it's just not usable because it's mainly also because the drivers. I have a lot of good TT drivers, but because the Hasbro drivers I have are not very good, Hasbro layers therefore can't really be good with it, right? But yeah, GT testing I haven't really. In fact, I haven't really touched my GT bays since the tournament. Uh, the last tournament I went to, not really at least. Tact GT. So tact is definitely more defensive than anything else because it's how do I explain this? Tact is it's very circular, but it has these spikes, right? So it's able to kind of disperse the damage, and because it's so like thick but also compact at the same time, it's very defensive. But it's also great for it's also good for stamina. Yeah, it's good. It's I don't have tact actually, but I've definitely like seen some things on it. I can't really say for sure, but I guess it could be good on Unite Dash. The only thing is Unite Dash is a little risky if you wear it down. So sometimes against even Zwei in left spin, you'd outspin it. As weird as that may sound, but Tact's Ignition Dash is actually a great combo. It's very common, at least it was here in California before Master came around and took over. But Tact is defensive, is the main purpose of it. It's also decent for stamina, I would say, but mainly just defensive in that its burst resistance, I believe, is pretty good also. So that's its defensive is the main thing. But because Master is there, and Master pretty much just cancels Tact out. But Tact is also Master is wider, so Tact could be used on like aggressive stuff more than Master could. Yeah. Tact. I have Naked, and it's pretty good. It's because Tact is different because it disperses the damage, where Naked is just it's a very tall wall, so it just takes the hit. But I also have Naked on some like mobile combinations that are anti-attack. So for like pure defense, I would probably say Tact. But for like if you're going for anti-attack, I would probably say Naked because it's a little taller, and you can kind of get the attack type under you. Yegdrion is great. Yegdrion's great. It's just the thing with Yegdrion is because it has these little spikes on the top, right? So instead of like destabilizing the opponent, it will get under the opponent and go like under it. So like it doesn't really Yegdrion. It's good. It's just it destabilizes itself is the thing. So you try using it on something like Absorb Dash S, Eternal Dash S, and it just destabilizes itself. So that's the main thing. Even Yard Dash S, which is a great combo to use on it normally. Yagdrion just destabilizes itself. It is something I've used before, pretty decently, but it's not something you normally want to use. Yeah, I'll figure out a third combo though. Thanks for trying to like suggest stuff, Lucas Russell. I'll figure it out. I'll swap something together. And this is the first classic one is actually 3v3, so Union. Okay, so Union is great for anti-attack, and because of its blades, it's also good for upper attack. So yeah, like, the Union's pretty good. It's obviously not as good as KOing things like Judgment, but you could use it on like anti-attack setups, and you can get it on some really tall drivers to perform upper attacks. As weird as that sounds, up like tall. Tall doesn't mean upper. Upper means getting low and scooping it up. So low and scoop it up. Smash means above and smash down. So it's like it's scooping is upper versus like opposite of scooping is smash. So Union is good for both of those. It's a little better in upper because of its blades, but it's pretty good. Yeah, Union's pretty solid on any combo aggressively. In fact, you could also use Union on something like Zone Dash plus Z, and you do pretty decently with it. Although that would be like Lord, something a little bit better there. Trying something out here. Yeah, so that's Union Achilles. Or at least Achilles, or Union. Achilles is also a good core for burst resistance. It's got more teeth. It's a little bit weaker for the clicks, but more teeth. Convert's also great for defense. Weight, everything. Extend Plus is, to be honest, kind of outclassed, but it's still very usable. It's just now that Dynamite has released all these crazy drivers, it's not really useful anymore. Yeah, that's it. So anything else? Yes, well, actually, no. Uh, I would lean towards it being banned because even though it definitely isn't as good as it is in Dynamite Battle, I would say just having Bearing Drift in any format is not a good idea because it just cancels out so many things. So yes, I do believe it should be banned. At least that's my opinion. Yes, Zone Speedstorm plus Z is good to use in that case with Yell. The thing is, it's a little bit too tall and too wide. So when you have Yell, I mean, it's great for opposite spin. It's just again, bearing drift exists in Classic, so you can just slap, like you can literally just use Death Scyther, Yell, bearing drift, and you'll be able to beat any left spin combo because bearing drift will out LAD or tie with any left spin bay. And because Death Scyther is more circular than any left spin bay allowed in Classic, you'll beat it up. So just having a right spin on Bearing Drift in Classic beats anything in opposite spin. And that's the problem with Bearing Drift. If you have a single spin meta like Classic, but you're allowing a left spin, Bearing Drift just defeats the purpose of that. So that's the main reason. That's the main reason. Yeah. Yep. And then I might end the stream abruptly just in case, because I believe I'll still be on here for now, but I might just like click the stream abruptly if someone comes in, like opens the door in the background, because I might have to go do something whenever they call me. Yeah, but Lord is Lord is good because it has a lot of recoil. So because it's squarish, it's able to hit hard while still having stamina. So I like using Lord Achilles on 00 expand or 00 expand Mobius. I mean, it's not a great combo. You probably should use Imperial. It's just Lord is good for stuff like Rise, also Awakened Rise if you want to go anti-attack. So pick three, choose one. I mean, because of pick three, choose one is choosing a combo that counters your opponent. I would pick Master over Lord and pick 3 choose 1 because Master is just better defensively because you'll especially be using it in left spin most of the time. For Lord, you'd be more inclined to use it in right spin, which gives it more competition, same spin, more competition, opposite spin, and you have to deal with Judgment, which is not, you don't want to deal with Judgment. So I'd say Master, unless you're using it in right spin. If you're using right spin Master, then I'd say Lord, but just use Master in left spin. At least in most cases. Most of the cases. Yep. I don't know. Master's dual spin. They just made it like that in the anime. So I mean it's just a thing. It's a mode. You don't I mean I personally wouldn't use it at all. But master right spin is good specifically if you were to use it in one case on hybrid because it raises the slopes. And when you're on a taller driver, that pushes it down. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Yep. Okay, Lucas. Bye. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Also, how long have we been? Oh my god, a minute. Hold up, an hour and 6 minutes. Oh, okay, cool. So yeah, later Union Kel, if you're still here, any questions, anything like that? Kind of just sitting here for now, not doing much. Cool. So, mm-hmm. So I guess while you're still here, I actually have a question as far as like videos are concerned. Am I like, I guess, speaking loud enough? Because I notice like when I'm like comparing my videos, for example, compared to like Beyblade Geeks, for example, I notice that they're just speaking louder. So am I like, is the audio okay, like on the videos when you watch them normally? Like, am I speaking loud enough or do I need to like talk a little bit louder? Master deck versus Vi? It depends. Again, I'd go with Master because it's just so much safer to use, but Zwei is a little bit better than Judgment because it's more unexpected and you'd be able to deal with a lot of left stuff. Zwei is also great for upper attack. But I would say Master, yeah. Okay, cool. Yeah, I was just maybe something else for audio, maybe something off with it. Yeah, is there any, in your opinion at least, Union Blade or Cal, while you're still here, is there any like I guess anything I could do to make the videos more entertaining, I guess? It's kind of a weird question because sometimes it's just naturally audience or not, but any like suggestions to make it more exciting, I guess. Because honestly, there's not much else I can do. I kind of I like to think I'm pretty consistent with uploading, and I don't really edit, but you don't really have to edit Beyblade videos. You just kind of record, skip parts, and put in music. So yeah. Is there anything else I could do, I guess, in your opinion? Testing, yeah, testing videos would be nice. The thing is, it's a little inconvenient to do testing videos because I have to set up the iPad and just like make because a lot of the times when I'm testing, everything's messy. So I have to kind of plus testing videos usually don't get many views. You'll notice that competitive channels don't have that many viewers. or subscribers compared to normal channels. And it's not that I'm completely competitive, obviously. I do a lot of other stuff, but the thing is, testing videos specifically are just not very popular and they're a little harder to set up for. So I could definitely try some more stuff, but yeah, I could do more competitive stuff. I mean, I kind of brand myself as a competitive channel, but I don't really do much anyway, as far as competitive. Like I do a little bit, but I probably should be doing a little more competitive stuff. But I kind of want to try and do stuff that will attract more views, I guess, for now. Just because being a Baytuber is just something I've always wanted to do. And I guess just having as many people interact as a Beyblade community as possible would be very nice, very enjoyable. GT, I mean, competitive aspect, I would say GT because it's just more fun. But I definitely have more standard parts just because that's the newest releases. So I have more. I could probably do better in standard as a blader, but I'm more focused on GT because it's just more fun, more balanced, and everything. So yeah, I'd say GT probably. Yep. Oh, okay, that's cool. Oh, wait a minute, Blader Union. Are you I don't remember, but I remember on the couple times in the winning combos I've seen a blader called Blader Union in Texas. You finished second in a lot of tournaments, as I remember. At least for Texas tournaments. Is that? Oh, that's you. Cool. Cool. Nice. How is Texas as a community? Because I know it's not as prominent as like Canada or like Florida, the other like bigger ones. How is like organizing and stuff there? It's okay. Long story. Rewinding my launchers here. Right. How so? Is it? I know there's not too many organizers. I don't know. Believe. Oh, that's cool. Yeah. For me, it took actually a really long time to become an organizer because I kept getting this one question wrong, and it was right in the like. It was this weird. I'm not sure I'm supposed to discuss this, even if you are an organizer, but there was this question about like hitting the stadium if that's like a KO or not, something about that. I don't remember, but I kept getting it wrong, and it was right in front of the rule book, and I kept like remembering it wrong because of some WBBA rule. But yeah, it took a long time for me to become an organizer. Our organizer because of that. But yeah, organizing is definitely yeah, it's great. It's just you gotta explain a little to the newer kids who don't know the rules because you'd think that like the rule book is at the top right and it's very easy to access, but sometimes it's just little sometimes like younger kids are just they're here for the fun, right? They're not really as experienced. They don't really know the rules or anything. Hi, Ultra Blader. Hi. Four organizers in Texas. I mean, bye. Yeah, so yeah, four organizers in Texas. I mean, Texas is pretty big, but I mean, is four organizers a lot? Are you guys normally in one area? Or really just three? Hmm. But are you in like the same area, I guess, for like hosting, or is it like different areas? Because if it's different areas, that would make sense. But sometimes four organizers in just one area would probably be enough, although that's not really covering the entirety of Texas, I would assume, at least. Split to Houston and Austin. Okay. Most tournaments. Yeah, I've seen most of them like labeled as Houston. Yeah. Yeah. Fact. Um, I don't know if I should or okay. Hmm. In fact, you wanna do something with like deck right now? So I used to do this thing with a couple people I used to call just online for Beyblade, just for fun. Where basically we each make a Beyblade deck, and then we each make a Beyblade deck, and then we put the combos like of course, we both have our screens on, so it's different, but we'd each make a deck, and we'd kind of just pick and choose. So, I think I have enough combos here to where I could make 3 decks or 2 decks, and we could just, like, battle for fun. Where we could do, like, like, switch, stay, that stuff, if you know how that deck format works. Do you wanna do that just for fun? Because I have nothing else going on right now. Just be fun to try out, I guess. Ah, okay, well, okay, sure. So I guess you can choose the combos first because, or actually, here's what I'll do. I'll have 3 combos and I'll basically I'll have 6 combos and I'll basically lay them out and we can take turns choosing and I'll number them in order so you can see that. So yeah, just cool practice, I guess. Where'd I put Mobius? Where'd I put it? Here we go. Here we go. Okay, and here. These are the combos I used in the last tournament. And usually I don't like showing the combos I used in the tournament, but they're already on the winning combos. Or at least most of them are. Some of them are decently common, so they're not much to do. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, this is 6. So yeah, there's these, and there's these. So there's these 6 combos. Yeah. So I guess we'll put here. Let's do 1, 2, 3. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Right. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Do you want to choose which one? Which number do you want to choose first? I guess you can choose first, and then we'll just do based on that. Okay. So 1 through 6. Choose a number. Any number. 1 through 6. This will be pretty interesting. Okay, 5. So how did I hit 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6? I didn't know that. This one. I just want to make sure I chose the right one. This is 5, right? This is the one you want? Yep. Okay, cool. This is pretty. This is a sick combo, actually. This is one of my favorites. Okay, so this is yours. Here. So I'll, based on the combos we have left. I mean, if you have a right spin stamina type, you most likely go with that left because to go for that and maybe something else safer. So I'd probably go with. It's a bit dicey. I'd probably go with Imperial. So this one. Imperial Achilles, Double Expand, Destroy Dash. I'll go with this one. Your turn. And you can just comment the name of the combo if you want to instead of the number, if that's easier. So 1, 2, 3, 4. In fact, we'll just line it up. So these 4, and then I'll put these right here. That, okay, this is, okay. Here, let's put this there, and we'll put this there. You can probably see that. Okay, so this, so, okay, sorry. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, so that's that. So which number? Which number? Any number. 1. Okay, this one. This one's, yeah, pretty sick. This one's also nice. Yeah, I kind of figured. So those two. That's a pretty interesting deck you've got there. Yeah, I've got, I mean, there's not really much, but you could probably do it. I think I'll go with Phoenix. I'll go with Phoenix. So now it's just a matter of, will you choose the safer option or will you go aggressive? Of course, it's not really you controlling the judgment, so I can't really do much to there, but 2, okay, judgment, right? This one? You want judgment, right? Just to make sure. Judgment or master? Judgment, okay, sick. So I choose master then. Okay, it's kind of weird because we can't like both show at the same time. So I guess I'll just, this isn't really, I guess, official. I'll choose a combo first and then you can counter just to make it a little more fair. Because I got to counter your deck. So I'll go ahead and choose Phoenix as my first bay. And then you can choose based on that which ones you want to do. So I'll put the deck here. So I'll put these 2 here. So which one do you want to use to counter Phoenix? Phoenix is my pick. Again. Which one? Which one? Which? See here. That's interesting. Okay, counter pick. So what is your pick? What is your counter pick to Phoenix? Heaven Pegasus or Heaven Dragon, the Mobius one. Okay, that's a pretty, yeah. Sorry, just responding to something. Okay, so you can actually go in 2 modes, which is upper mode or lower mode on the Mobius combination. So you can actually, I'm going to just do this for you because upper? Oh, upper. Okay. Yeah, upper would probably be, okay. I would have gone with lower, but you can choose upper. Okay. So let's launch Phoenix first, and we'll do that one next. Okay. That was unfair. So we'll do that again. That kind of weird doing this at once. Okay. So upper mode, you're basically able to go around like this. And because I'm taller, I should be able to destabilize you, which is what I'm banking on, but maybe not. I don't know. Yeah, so that is me. So yeah, I probably would have gone with lower mode if I were you, because it just upper mode is better for just because it falls down. So I win. So I will. Do you want to switch or do you want to stay? Do you want to switch the combo I have, or do you want to stay with the matchup? I would probably switch. So switch or stay, your choice. Go to judgment. Okay. So that's not how it works. So I won. So that means you get to switch. So you just say switch or stay, and then based on that, I will choose first. And then yeah. So because I'm the winner, you get to counterpick. So switch. I will stay with Phoenix. So now you get to counterpick. So which one? Which one? Judgment. Okay, that's a very nice choice. To be honest, you'll probably KO me. Okay, normally I'd go with a stalling strategy, but because this is like launching one after another, I'll just go in the center. You almost... Okay. You could still burst me. It's not... Okay. I might have... Yeah. Okay. Okay, so I won that one, but let's just try that again, just for fun. I might not be launching right. You know what? This isn't really official. We're just doing this for fun. So yeah, replay. Okay. So that would have been the replay. So you would have been at this. So you would have 1 point, and I would have 2 points for that win. So I will switch. So which combo do you want to go with? Judgment, Heaven, or Naked? So that's score of 2-1 right now. I have 2, you have 1, and you are picking first. Longinus. Okay. So based on that, I will go with Master Spriggan Hybrid, or Master Spriggan Around Bearing Drift. Sorry. Again, this is just too good of a combo because it should be banned. Honestly, this thing is just too good. I'll launch Master first, and I'll do yeah. Okay, I'm gonna redo that just because I feel like it's not really fair. I'm not really focused right now. Let me get a better launch angle, actually. That's better. That's much better. Yeah, I needed to get on my knees for the better launch. Yeah, the thing is, it's just Bearing Drift is just, it's too good. Bearing Drift is just, it's insane. So that is my win. Do you want to switch or stay? Yeah, Master is just, it's just switch. Okay, so I will stick with Master. I'll stick with Master. So do you want to, which one do you want to counter with? Against Master. Judgment, yeah, that's probably your best bet. I'll out LAD you or I'll out stamina you with these two. So that's a very nice one. Let's go with that. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, I'm feeling my judgment groove, and that's not really for my benefit, but it's probably better for you. So that is a score of 3-2. You just won, so I will switch. Which combo do you want to stay with? 3-2. You get to pick combo first. Which one? Judgment, Longinus, Heaven. Judgment. Nice. So I will go with Imperial against your combination. And I will go with a flat launch against that. A little bit lighter. Yeah, so I don't know if you caught that, but you actually went out here. Again, this isn't like really fair for you because I'm launching Judgment, not you. But I did outspin you there, so score 4-2, and you want to switch or stay. So switch or stay. Replay, nice, good choice. Although maybe not because I'm at 4 points right now. Oh, almost. Yes. Very nice. Yeah, it's always good to go with attack. That's the whole thing I was saying in the beginning. Always stick with attack because it can get you out of some very sticky situations, as you just demonstrated. So it's 4-3. You just won. So do you want to? I will switch. Which combo do you want to stay with? 4-3. You have 3. I have 4, and you will stay with Judgment. Very nice. Huh. The thing is, you didn't really leave me with a counterattack option for attack, so I don't really have an aggressive thing to go with. But based on the things, I only need 1 win, and you need 2 wins to win. So I'll probably go with Master with a light launch strategy and hope that I can survive 2 rounds and you will not get a KO, or at least survive 1 round, and that'll be it. Oh. Right there. Okay. Yeah. Carrying drift is it's too good. It's just too powerful. So that is a score of 5-3. I win that deck match with a score of 5-3, but it's not really fair for you because you didn't really get to use Judgment as you would have wanted. So yeah, good game. Good game. Yeah, you made some smart choices there. Yeah. Nice. So, yeah. There's not really much to do. You want to just redo it? Okay, redo the deck match, you mean, or redo the actual match? The battle. Okay. Yeah, sure. Sure. Yeah. Judgment will probably KO Master. I did actually pull that off in the last tournament I went to, but Master is just, it's built like a sandwich. So if you tilt launch it properly like this, watch what happens. You could come very close to KOing it, but because Master is just, it's like a sandwich, it's just very hard to knock out. That's the thing. Yeah. It's hard to knock out. It's just too hard to knock out. Let's try it again. More stable of a launch this time. Oh, almost. See, it's getting so many knockouts, but it's just hitting the wall instead. And I don't want to waste my quick dash. I'll pick it up. Yeah, so that's pretty much that. Yeah, BDR definitely saves it. Yeah, for sure. Yeah. What's your favorite, just curious, what's your favorite chip to use for Dynamite? Like DB chip. Like what's in your opinion, the most versatile chip to use? For me, I probably think it's Dragon or Belial 3. Or well, Dragon or Longinus because oh god. Yeah, there's too many options, is there? Yeah, Dragon is my choice for right spin because it's got great stamina, it's got the recoil, so you've got some nice KO defense, and you also have some nice, like, you can save yourself from the inside of the stadium. Longinus is great for left spin just because you have a lot of weight, and you can use that in a lot of ways for left spin, whether that be on Vanish for defense, Longinus for KO attack, or just pure stamina. There's way too many cores to be used, honestly, though. Like cores are very, very versatile. Like you could have Perseus, Lucifer, Hyperion, Helios, Achilles, Spriggan 2, Dragon, Belial 3, Belial 2. Like Jesus. Yeah, Perseus and Longinus, yeah, could just the 2 insane heavy cores. Excalibur is actually very nice because you can use the sword. Excalibur actually has the sword in the center, right? So if you use it on, like, high extend plus dash with wind, you can actually keep the metal sword in the center, and because you're on a dash driver, it's less likely to activate the gimmick, which means you're just a very, very heavy stamina type. And it essentially will outspin Perseus sometimes because you have so much weight in the center that's actually not activating the gimmick. So it's kind of like Tempest, where if you don't activate the gimmick, it's better than it is if you do activate the gimmick. So that's just interesting to note. Yeah. All my matches is legit in BDR. Yeah, honestly. Dynamite Perseus, illegal bearing drift 9. Best combo ever. Like, it's just so easy to use and it beats so many things. Yeah, I know, right? That's why I don't play standard much. It's not very fun when there's like one combo that beats everything. That's why I like older formats better. Is just ban bearing drift, honestly. Like I did a standard tournament with a BDR band, and there were a lot of combos that were like like balanced. Like there was a blader using wind Kerbeus, illegal high excel dash in standard, and he managed to beat my dynamite dragon illegal moment F gear L gear, same spin. So without bearing drift, there's just so many other options. Even standard could be fun without bearing drift, but with bearing drift, it's just I don't see the point. Honestly, I don't see the point. My computer is almost dead, actually. So like, I might have to end it at like 6. Yeah, guilty does carry in the full. Yeah, honestly. In fact, what's your opinion on Xiphoid? Because I don't. Xiphoid's good. I'm not gonna lie, but I prefer Ultimate for right spin attack. What are your thoughts on Xiphoid versus Ultimate? Guilty is obviously the better one, but if you're going like against right spin base, you want to have a same spin attacker. So, what's your thoughts on Xiphoid versus Ultimate for attack? I prefer Ultimate personally. What is your opinion? Yeah, Ultimate's just easier to use. Yeah, Xiphoid is it's got an interesting shape, but Ultimate's just a lot more safer because you have recoil. Yeah. I'll probably end the stream in like just about now in like 1 minute. So yeah, thanks for tuning in. Yeah. Yeah, it wears too well. I mean, to be honest, the wearing issue doesn't really come up that much because it it doesn't really affect it too much, but it definitely is noticeable. Ultimate, it doesn't. To be fair, Ultimate has rubber, so you could say the rubber wears just like Judgment wears, but it's not as noticeable, I guess. It's not as prominent. But yeah, I'll probably end the stream right about now, and yeah. So yeah. So yeah, see you later, and thank you for tuning in. Are there any last minute questions just before I end this that you want to ask? We've got time, probably time for like just one more question if you have any. Anything? Okay, hit me with it. What is your question? Oh, stamina. Probably master, if I'm being honest, but naked definitely is better for opposite spin because it's taller and smoother, so you just get the other opponent like you can kind of like anti spin steal because you're so smooth and upward with a like naked wall that you just kind of they can't spin steal off of you because you're like perfectly smooth. There's not enough contact or jagged edges. There's not enough contact points for them to grip onto. So I would say master for same spin, naked for opposite spin, tact for a mix in between. But master is also good opposite spin, and naked's also a decent same spin. It's just specifically master is better for same spin. Or overall, naked's better for opposite spin, and yeah. Oh, yeah, definitely. Definitely host GT. Definitely, for sure. Let me know how it goes also if you want to. Yeah, GT is probably the format I'm gonna host the most, even when Baylor Burst X comes out. As GT is just so good. It's so fun, honestly. Try it out for sure. Yeah. But that'll probably that's 100 minutes of streaming. Oh, hi Pro F1 driver. Um yeah, Pro F1 driver. I was just about to actually end the stream, so yeah, I'm probably gonna end it anyway right now. Yeah, sorry about that, but I'll probably announce on my community poll when I'm gonna do it next if I do it anytime this week. But yeah. Yeah, so sorry about that, Pro F driver one or Pro F1 driver. Yeah, but I'll be signing off now. If I can just get to the arrow, and don't forget to keep on blading, guys. Goodbye.